Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. Today we have part 2 of my Q&A all about luxury and bags and fashion. I already did part 1 of my Q&A last week all about the personal questions that you guys had about me. It was long overdue because I've been doing YouTube videos for over 4 years now, almost 5, and I realized I've never really done a Q&A. So if you haven't watched that one already, head over to that video after this one. I'll leave a link to that one down below. Anyway, I had a ton of interesting questions about luxury and handbags, so let's get right into it. First question, do you think your beige Claire medium flat bag will only go up in value? I think so. Here is my beige Claire classic flap from Chanel. This is my only classic flap in my entire collection at the moment. I think it will keep going up in value. Maybe the increase in value will slow down. As we all know, Chanel has had some crazy price increases in the last couple of years. There was one just recently which sparked a lot of debate and discussion. Personally, I don't think I'm comfortable spending that much money on a classic flap at the current prices, but I am so happy that I have my one and only in the most beautiful, delicious color that works well with my wardrobe. I am going to hold on to it dearly because yes, I do think that the value will only go up. Next question, what do you think about the LV Baby collection released recently? I love the collection. I think that they have some adorable pieces, and not only adorable, but some of those pieces look really useful. I mean, look at some of these cute outfits. The socks and the shoes, they are so adorable. Even the blankets and the towels, they look really cute. I think LV has done a marvelous job at coming up with these adorable designs. Now, will I buy anything from the collection? I don't think I'll spend that much money on my baby's outfit. Those of you who watch me regularly know that I am pregnant. I'm currently about 19 weeks, so I'm just starting to think about shopping for baby stuff now. Obviously, babies are gonna grow out of these things really quickly, so unless I'm buying a piece or two for keepsake, I don't really see myself buying anything, but also never say never, because hubby and I recently went into Hermes and guess what's happened? We bought a couple of baby items, which I'm not sure if I'm going to reveal on my channel. Let me know if it is something that you're interested in. We bought a couple of baby items from the Hermes baby range because so far Hermes was the only luxury designer that we knew of that did baby things, and hubby just got so excited when he saw these and he just couldn't help himself, so I blamed these purchases on him. So you never know, but I do happen to find that collection just really cute. Next question from Lauren. Hi Isabelle, does your husband like watches? Yes, he does. He doesn't have a huge collection. He's got a few that he really likes. He's one of those people that likes to buy just a few things that he really likes, but he's a very considered shopper. And some of these watch models are so difficult to get. You have to be on a wait list for years, so it's not even possible to impulse purchase these watches. But yes, he is into his watches, and currently his favorite one is his newish edition from Vacheron Constantin, and it is his still overseas. I think it looks so nice on him. He has a very simple aesthetics, so I think he's for now really happy with his little collection he has. Next question from Melanie. What do you think about the Hermes shipper sandals? I used to think that they looked really ugly. They're sort of like those dad sandals that were really popular from a few years ago, and I think that trend is still really popular, but the more I see them out and about and on Instagram, I am starting to really like them. They are really hard to get from the store. They are always sold out, especially in the popular sizes, and I happen to wear a size 7, so good luck to me getting my hands on one of them. But yes, they are really growing on me, and I think they look so effortlessly chic. Another question from Melanie. Favorite most comfortable designer shoes? I generally like heels from Jimmy Choo. Even their high heels are pretty comfortable. I feel like when it comes to comfortable high heels, Jimmy Choo really nailed it in terms of comfort. So I really couldn't pick a favorite. I love all my Jimmy Choo heels, but if I had to pick one pair that I was so impressed by how comfortable they are these Anises in the beautiful gold. I think that they look so fabulous during the festive season. I can actually walk in them for at least a few hours at one time without having a break. And the heel height is just under 10 centimeters. So I believe these are 9.5 centimeters. And for me personally, that is a really good height. Anything over 10 centimeters, I find really I can't walk in them. Anything less than 9 centimeters, I don't feel like that they have that high heel aesthetics. If I'm going for lower than 9 centimeters, I'd rather go for the kitten heels. So I say Jimmy Choo heels in general are really comfortable for me. And another question from Melanie. Do you think the Van Cleef 5 motif bracelet is worth it? I think so. Now, I only have one piece from Van Cleef & Arpels, and that is my vintage Alhambra necklace in yellow gold with the white mother of pearl, which I don't really wear that much. I should wear it more. The reason why I say the 5 motif bracelet is worth the money is because if you look at the price point of that necklace, you only get the one pendant, so the one motif. And at the moment, that particular necklace in that size retails for over 4,000 Australian dollars. Compare that price to the 5 motif bracelet where you get 5 times those motifs. I believe the price isn't even double. I think they sit around 6,000 Australian dollars. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really follow Van Cleef prices as closely, but I know that they are not $7,000 in the same finish, in the same mother of pearl. So I always thought the 5 motif bracelet is really worth the money if you look at it that way. And I think that they look really beautiful. The only reason I probably wouldn't consider it for myself is because when it comes to bracelets, I don't want to really have to baby my bracelets. With most of Van Cleef's 5 motif bracelets, they have those water sensitive stones like the mother of pearl, malachite, and you have to be careful with water contact and humidity as we wash our hands constantly, and our wrists being really active parts of our bodies as opposed to say our neck. The necklaces just stay put. I personally prefer really carefree bracelets like the Cartier Love bracelet, like solid gold pieces, and I also prefer bangles because they just stay put, whereas a chain bracelets I don't think I'll find really comfortable. This might change, but for the time being, that is the reason I haven't bought one personally. But if you ask me if it's worth the money, definitely. Next question from Kayla He. Hermes spending ratio. It really depends where you are. So my local boutique, which is the Sydney Hermes boutique, is one of the most competitive boutiques apparently. We don't get as many Birkins and Kellys in stock, but Sydney has a lot of customers that are willing to spend the money and are waiting on one of these bags. So I can only speak from my own experience and the experiences that I hear from fellow Sydney-siders. Sydney Hermes, the spending ratio is not low at all. In total, I have 4 Coda bags from Hermes, and each one really was quite different. So the first one, which was my Magnolia Kelly in the Raton size 25 with palladium hardware, I think I might have spent a few $1,000s on some shoes and some fashion jewelry, but nothing too much, and that was a pretty easy offer. But I suppose it also depends on what sort of bag you're going for. The Magnolia wouldn't be a color that everyone wants. The neutral colors are always more popular, and you probably have to spend more to get the neutral colors. But if you're open to different colors, then it can be quite low, your spending ratio. Then the second one was my special order. When I got offered the special order, my spend ratio would have been maybe a little bit over 1 to 1, but also bear in mind that this was back in 2020, and I feel like these bags were a little bit easier to get back then, even though it's only 3 years ago. So I already got the special order offer, but while I was waiting for my bag to be fabricated, I did continue to shop there, so I probably spent a little bit more than that. And then my last store offer was my all-time favorite Mini Kelly in the black with the gold hardware. Now you guys know that that wasn't the bag that I really asked for. I asked for the Birkin 25 in a neutral color, and my first preference was the color gold with gold hardware, but my SA just couldn't secure one for me. There weren't many coming in, and there were just so many people that spent a lot more than me who were still waiting for that color combination. Apparently gold is one of the most requested bag colors, especially in the smaller sizes. So my SA then offered me the Mini Kelly instead, and I think that one I spent a lot more, but that was also partly because I had to wait over a year for that bag. So even if I shopped a little bit throughout the year, it really all added up. But to be really honest with you, I stopped keeping a tally, because if you do that and work out ratios, oh, I'm at 1 to 1 or 2 to 1, why haven't I got a bag yet? It really depends how they want to allocate these bags. So I honestly stopped keeping tally, and that was very easy for me to do because I only got pieces that I knew that I was gonna get the use out of. Like my wedding china, I got a set from Hermes from the Mosaic collection. I absolutely love my set. So personally, if that didn't count towards getting a quota bag, I mean, I'm okay. Especially if you live in a more competitive city like me. I think it's better to just relax, expect to wait a little longer. And in the meantime, you will probably hit the spend if you keep buying things that you really like. Unless you're someone who has a lot of money that you can drop, then by all means go buy whatever comes on your radar. You'll probably get a bag offer really quickly. But for an average person like me who just shops what they really likes, that has been my experience. Next question. What do you think of the Chanel 22? When it first came out, I thought it looked really ugly. You know how everyone says that it looks like a massive leather garbage bag? I totally agreed. I am still not a huge fan of that bag, but I do see why some people are really drawn to that bag. There's something really cool about how casual that bag is. So in that respect, I do completely understand why some people go for it, but certainly not something that I fancy, and the price is just too ridiculous for me to even consider. Next question. What do you think of the Fendi Baguette? I do love the Fendi Baguette. I would even consider adding one to my collection sometime in the future. I think that it is a classic and versatile bag that will stand the test of time. Fendi quality I've never been disappointed with. One of my good friends has a small Fendi Baguette in the black lambskin, so I have dealt with it up close and personal, and I do really like the quality of it. It is a versatile bag, so you can use it casually during the day, and with it being a small flap design bag, you can definitely take it into the evening. And the price point is so reasonable compared to so many other bags currently. I think the small one still retails for something like 3,000 something Australian dollars. So I love the Fendi Baguette. I might even see one in my future. Next question. Are you sometimes uncomfortable to use your luxury bags in your day-to-day? Not really. I can't really think of a situation off the top of my head really. My current lifestyle is pretty simple, and I mean the regular activities that I do, I feel completely comfortable carrying my bags to any of the things that I usually do. But I guess depending on the situation, I will probably choose what kind of a designer bag or what level of luxury bag that I'm comfortable to carry. For example, when I'm going to work, I'm not gonna carry my really high-end Birkin Kelly because it just sits there. There's just really no need for that. So I'm more than happy to carry my more reasonably priced and practical bags, such as my Ferrero Rocher Daily Betel Tote. If I'm going grocery shopping, I am still happy to carry my designer bags, but again, I probably wouldn't go really high end, but I'll be more comfortable to carry, for example, my Chloe Woody tote, which is at a much lower price point. But if I'm going out for a nice dinner, then I'll be so happy to take one of my Chanel's out or one of my Hermes bags out. So I think it really depends what I'm doing. So I'd say for my current lifestyle, there aren't many situations where I would feel uncomfortable to carry any designer bag, but in terms of what type of luxury bag, yes, I'll pick and choose according to the situation. Next question. How to build a luxury collection with under 5k. I think this topic deserves a whole video, so I'll try and do a whole video on it. This may be a little bit challenging with the current crazy prices, but challenge accepted. Let me start brainstorming on this. Next question. Has your Hermes SA ever referred you to his colleague if he's out or busy? Is it a bad sign if he does? Yes, he has. Because I've been with my SA for about 3 or 4 years now, he does take regular holidays, and whenever he's gone from anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. And in those times, if there will be items that I want to pick up, he's more than happy for me to see one of his colleagues. And there was one time that he was sick with COVID, so I had to be rescheduled to one of his colleagues. I don't think it's a bad sign at all. If you prefer to stick to your SA, then just wait for him or her to become available, but I don't think it's a bad sign or anything. Next question. Hi, I hope you're well. Thank you. I hope you're well too. What do you think of the Fendi bags and collaborations? I really like Fendi bags. I do happen to find them really well made and beautiful, and they do have their own aesthetic, so I really like that about them. And their prices are still somewhat reasonable. I mean, their peekaboos are a little more pricey, but in general they are beautifully made leather bags, so I do quite like Fendi bags. I think their collaborations are great as well. They have done some big collaborations last year with Versace. They came up with Vendace, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. And then they just had that Tiffany collaboration. So I see that they do frequent collaborations. I kind of like that. It really caters for people that want a classic piece, but with a twist. For example, if I wanted to get a Fendi Baguette bag, but I didn't just want something that is a classic, then it gives those customers an opportunity to get something that's classic, that has a little bit of a point of difference. So I am a fan of Fendi and their collaborations, even though I haven't bought all that many things from Fendi just yet, but it is a brand that I'm really interested in. Next question. Congrats on your pregnancy. Thank you, babe. Which bag do you foresee using the most as a mummy? To be honest, I haven't really thought about it, but I do have this vague idea that I will probably have a larger bag that I will use as a nappy bag, and I will also use a smaller, easy crossbody bag to keep my valuables in, like my phone and my cards and my little personal things that I need, like a lip gloss and hand cream. So I do foresee myself using a lot of my smaller crossbody bags. As to which one, I am not too sure. And in my collection, I do have quite a few smaller crossbody bags. So I guess I'll try them out and see which one suits. Or if I end up getting a new bag for that purpose, I will share that with you guys as well. But I'm a first time mom, so I have no idea what is going to work for me. But if you guys are moms already, do let me know what bag you use the most out of your designer collection in the comments below. Next question. What is your biggest bag regret? My very honest answer, I can't think of any huge regrets. I'm honestly answering these questions off the top of my head. I did read through the questions, but I didn't prepare the answers at all. I wanted to be spontaneous and just tell you my candid answers. So I've just been sitting here thinking about it for about a minute, and I can't really think of anything specific. For me, bags are there to be enjoyed. And even if I say made a mistake with buying a bag or not buying a bag, I don't think it really matters to me that much because bags are just things to be enjoyed. If I had to come up with one, maybe I should have bought a couple more Chanel Classic flaps when I bought my beige clear medium back, 6-7 years ago when the prices were about 6,000 Australian dollars. Maybe I should have bought some more colors because I still love the classic flap, but really nothing majorly that I regret. Next question. Any luxe jewelry on your wish list? There are a couple of pieces that I am interested in. One is the Cartier Trinity ring. I did go into the boutique and try one on, but that was only last month. I just really like the whole 3 metals look. The reason why I didn't end up buying one is because when I tried on the rings at Cartier that day, my fingers had already gone up in size, and from what I hear, towards the end of the pregnancy, my fingers may swell even more. So my engagement ring still fits because it has a really thin band. So it may feel slightly more snug, but there's no problem of me wearing it. But my love ring, which is in the size 52, it used to fit in my middle finger on my right hand really, really comfortably, and it still fits. But because it's a thicker band ring, I definitely feel that it is a lot tighter. So just to be comfortable, I've been wearing my love ring on my ring finger. Depending on the weather, if it's a hot day, then I always wear it on my ring finger. What I'm trying to say is that my finger sizes are just so fluctuating at the moment that I didn't think it was a good idea to commit to buying a new ring because I may not even be able to wear that ring for the next few months. So I decided, okay, I'm not gonna buy any ring at the moment. There's another piece of fine jewelry that I've been eyeing, and this has been on my radar for a couple of years actually, and it is the Tiffany T-Smile necklace. I think it makes for a really beautiful everyday necklace. It's not so in your face, it's got a simple design, and I like that it will be a carefree necklace because it'll be either in the all gold or gold with diamonds, which you can just shower with and everything. Those materials you don't have to baby at all. So I really like that. They're probably the only 2 items that have been on my radar lately, but I guess I am pretty content with my fine jewelry collection at the moment. So there's really no rush for me to add anything to my collection right now. If you want to see my full designer fine jewelry collection, do let me know. I don't have a huge collection, but I think I have a good compact collection that works really well for me. Next question. When did you start loving luxury items? I guess after I started working. When I was a kid or when I was going through university, luxury wasn't really on my radar. When I first graduated uni and when I started making a more decent income, I guess I was looking through magazines at that time, and I think it was Miranda Kerr. I saw her carry her Louis Vuitton Speedy size 35 in the damier ebene. I loved that bag on her, and that basically influenced my very first luxury purchase, which was my damier ebene Speedy 30 from Louis Vuitton. So this is my oldest piece of luxury in my entire collection. So after I made my first purchase, I used this bag to death, and I basically paired this with every single outfit for a good couple of years. And this bag only cost, and I still remember this, it was 825 Australian dollars at the time. I remember thinking, wow, this is not bad because I use it all the time. There wasn't another bag in my life that I used that consistently that I never really got sick of. So that's when I really started getting into luxury. Next up, Hermes SO, Kelly Pichette or Mini Kelly 2, neutral or pink. I guess you're asking, you're offered a special order and these are the options that you're considering. I would definitely go for the Mini Kelly, even though the Kelly Pichette has bigger capacity in terms of how much you can fit in it. It only has a top handle. I know you can attach different silk scarves or chains to make it into a bag, but at that price point, I don't want to be modifying how I use the bag, preferably. So I would personally prefer a Mini Kelly too, but that also comes down to how much you normally carry in your bag. I am pretty minimal with what I carry around, as you guys already may know. I can really get away with using a really tiny bag for a day or night out. But if you're someone who likes to carry around a bit more with you, then the Kelly Pichette might work out better for you. Neutral or pink, that I think really depends on your wardrobe. I would just go for neutral because the earthy tones really work well with my wardrobe. You know, colors such as gold, which is that beautiful tan brown, the beiges, the off-whites work really well with my own wardrobe. But if you're someone who loves pink, then go for pink, but I'll personally go for neutral. Next question, best bag ever in your opinion? Again, I'm gonna give you my candid answer. There's no such thing because no matter how good a bag is, I find that there's always some sort of a con or flaw with any bag. You know, for example, I love my Hermes Mini Kelly bag, but do they have a lot of shortcomings? Yes, they do. I did a whole video on the reasons why you shouldn't buy an Hermes Kelly bag, and I do completely acknowledge all of the cons that come with that bag, but it is still one of my favorite bag styles. The Chanel Classic Flap, I absolutely love this bag, but does it have flaws? Yes, it does. So I honestly don't think there's a bag that we can call the best bag ever. It's just, what do you need the bag for? There may be the best bag for that occasion, but yeah, I definitely couldn't pick one bag as the best bag ever. Next question from my good friend Kat L. One brand that you can be happy buying from forever and nothing else. Babe, I think you already know the answer to this. The answer is really obvious, but I do have a really good reason. So it has to be Hermes. And that's not because I love their bags and I think that it is like the top tier brand or anything. I honestly like so many other designers too. But the reason I say Hermes is because they cover the most types of products. So for example, if I just shopped at Chanel, yes, I can get beautiful bags, beautiful shoes and ready to wear, but they don't have some other types of items. Like Hermes has a whole men's department. Hermes also has a much larger variety of, you know, silks, scarves and accessories. And I just really like the variety of things that we can get from Hermes, and I can shop for my whole entire family from Hermes and not just for me. And even in terms of prices, yes, the Hermes bags are really expensive, but when it comes to all the other types of items, I do actually find their prices quite reasonable. Their shoes, a lot of the times, are cheaper than Chanel or Louis Vuitton shoes. Same goes with their ready-to-wear. Their ready-to-wear is so reasonably priced compared to, say, Dior or Chanel ready-to-wear. So if I could just shop from one luxury designer for those reasons, I will stick with Hermes. Next question. What tips can you give someone starting their Hermes journey in Sydney? I really think that meeting the right SA is really important. I've got a couple of friends who shop with different SAs, but I know that for them, my SA would just not click with them because of their personalities and the way they shop. Some SAs are really cutthroat, I hear, and they tell you straight up, you have to spend this much or buy this many things in this amount of time, and then, you know, I can get you this. That would not sit right with me. Whereas my SA is not like that. He genuinely enjoys a long-term relationship and he's pretty relaxed actually because he's been with the company for so long. He does have some pull. So I really feel that as long as we keep that relationship, and I do shop quite regularly, even if I don't drop huge amounts of money at any point in time, he is happy to work with my wish list, but he may take a little longer to get me the bag that I want. So it really depends on your style. So the first time, I think just go in and explore, chat with an SA, get a vibe for that SA. If you feel like you click, start that relationship and start building your purchase history with that one sales associate. But even if you bought one or two things with your first SA, if you don't get a good vibe from this person, then don't afraid to switch and try someone else. Just because you spent a little bit of money with that first SA, if you just stick with them, even though you get this gut feeling that you don't really get along with the person, then in the long run, it's not really going to help you. So just start fresh. Don't worry that you spent a little bit with that person. Move on to the next and just really find someone that you feel comfortable with. Next question. Could you show us your handbag, jewelry, shoes and clothing storage? I cover a lot of that in my most recent closet tour video, so I'll leave a link to that video in the description section. Next question from Nicole as well. Please show us your jewelry collection. I guess I will do that video after all, my fine jewelry collection. Next question from Nora. Hi, what was your very first luxury bag? As I showed you, my Speedy 30 from Louis Vuitton in Damier Ebene was my very first luxury bag. I still love it. I don't use it much. This is over 10 years old now. Next question. Prices of Mini Kelly in Australia and how to score one from the store, not shopped with Hermes at all. I got my Mini Kelly last year and the price was around 12,000 Australian dollars. I am sure that there's been a price increase this year. Now, how to get it from the store without any purchase history, I don't think it's possible unless you're one of those extremely lucky people. But in Sydney, certainly, my SA tells me that a lot of people that spend a lot in the store are still waiting for the Mini Kelly. So I'd say you probably have to have some purchase history. Next question. Designer handbag, small size under 2,000 Australian dollars. I still have to say that this is probably the best designer bag under 2,000 Australian dollars. This bag also has seen a few price increases since I bought it a few years ago, but I believe that it is still sitting around 1,700-1,800 Australian dollars mark. It has a really sleek look to it. The chain is so pretty, so even though it is a camera bag, it is versatile. You can transition this really well into the evening. It comes in so many beautiful colors, so I still vote the Saint Laurent Mini Lou camera bag as one of the best bags under 2,000 Australian dollars. There's certainly been some other designer bags that I've been eyeing that actually cost less than 2,000 Australian dollars that I think are really good purchases. So I might also do a whole video covering this topic, so stay tuned for that. Next question. Do you ever get worried about patent leather items? I do. That is a reason why I don't have any patent luxury bags, because I believe that they don't age really well. They lose the luster, and if you get any color transfer, it is so hard to remove. From what I hear, patent leather bags do get quite cloudy and the surface just loses its luster and gets quite dull after a few years. So patent leather personally wouldn't be something that I would invest my money in. Next question, what's your opinion on denim designer bags? Not a huge fan again. I guess if you're really stylish and know how to put your outfits together, then denim might work out really well for me. But I find denim bags difficult to work into my outfit. I love wearing jeans and I wouldn't necessarily wear a denim bag with jeans because I don't like when denim colors clash. So I couldn't really see many situations that I would personally reach for a denim bag. So my opinion is that I don't really love denim bags. And another question, what is your advice on buying luxury designer wallets? My advice is don't go overboard because we are already becoming a cashless society. That's my personal opinion. I think that wallets are going to become pretty useless pretty soon. I honestly don't see myself buying another full-on wallet from any luxury designer brand. Maybe a compact wallet if I end up really liking something, but I really don't see myself investing a lot of money into wallets. But if you still want to get a designer wallet, maybe go for a compact size. Next question, will you still be in your Hermes journey when pregnant? What want? I guess I will still be shopping from Hermes. I've always bought whatever I really liked that I can see working for my lifestyle. So I don't really see that changing all too much. So yes, I will still keep shopping from Hermes. I still have a lot of questions that I haven't gone through, but I'm really running out of time now. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions and I will revisit some of the other questions in a future Q&A video. I'm thinking of doing a Q&A video quite regularly, maybe, once every couple of months or so. So also if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below so I can cover them in the next Q&A video. So this question I really wanted to answer. What is the most affordable bag you own? I really wanted to answer this because I've been obsessed with my Lululemon everyday bag, I think it's called. This has been sold out for the longest time. Whenever it comes available online, it is sold out immediately. So basically, I saw so many people carrying this when I was in Europe last year. Whenever we went on a hike, went for long walks, so many people were carrying this bag. And I remember thinking that bag is so cute and I could see that it was from Lululemon. So when I came back to Sydney, I immediately looked for one. But they were always sold out of the more classic colors. So at that time, I believe this bag retailed for about 40 Australian dollars. But you know what I noticed? Recently, they put this price up to 59 Australian dollars and it became a little more available. So Lululemon is doing the same thing as these designer bag brands are doing. I still didn't mind paying the $59. I was so happy I finally got my hands on one of these belt bags. So it has been my most used and most affordable bag in my collection. I just love carrying it easy like this, slung across my shoulder. That's basically how I use it. So this has been the best errand running bag. And let me just show you. It is a pretty good bag. So you've got the big compartment. You've got 2 little slip pockets there, another slip pocket there, and there's a back pocket here as well. And I think it looks quite sleek, so I really wanted to show you. And the last question I'm going to answer for this video is how to deal with luxury judgment. Honestly, I just wanted to say I don't deal with luxury judgment because you know what? I stopped caring what other people think a long time ago. So when I was much younger, I used to feel a little bit sensitive about, oh, what's this person gonna think? What is that person thinking? I, by nature, am a very sensitive soul. So I used to care a lot about what other people thought. But guess what? People have their own lives and they might judge you for a second, but the next minute they don't even care. And everyone has somewhere that they spend their money on. Some people love fine dining all the time. Some people love luxury traveling all the time. Even though I do like some of those other luxuries, but I do enjoy them in moderation. But I also don't waste a lot of my money on other things. So I realized, you know what? People all have their own ways of spending their disposable income. Mine happens to be that I like luxury shopping. I'm doing it within my own budget. So you know what? Even though it may come across the wrong way, I really don't care what other people think because they don't actually really care about my life. It's more like they just want to talk so they can think whatever they want to think. I'm just gonna enjoy things that I enjoy. And there are plenty of people like you guys who get me. So that brings us to the end of this Q&A video. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I've been sitting here for about an hour and a half because I just love chatting to you guys and I really need to get to work now. So please do let me know if you enjoyed this Q&A and if you want to see more Q&As from me in the future. Also, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed my first Q&A videos. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel out and that means the world to me. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys.